against a very good team. Just the frustration of like that first quarter when they're hitting every shot.
Yeah, they're just a good team. You know, they know how to play basketball. It's actually, you know, fun to watch. You know, especially when you're on this end of it. The way they, you know, they execute, the way they screen. You know where they want to get the ball, and they're very successful. Then on the defensive end is really, really tough. You know, they pack in the paint, but do a good job of getting out the shooters, and just you know, definitely a contender.
Is it deflating though when you see even when you have a hand in a guy's face when they're just hitting everything and there's nothing? Does he throw the hands up?
Well, it's just deflating, getting down 30 points. You know, at any point, and not really putting up much of a fight.
You guys did put the fight. Really, that third quarter, you finally got yourself on a run. And just does it say anything about the team? Even though you were down 32, you guys were still had the effort.
It's always great to fight back. You know, it's you know, you never want to just lay down for anybody, and we definitely did that. And we, you know, had some good spots, you know, within the game. We just can't get down 30 to a team like this.
There's a lot of talk about energy to start games. Getting down like this, was this another energy thing? It's just such a good
team. It's a good team. It's a good team. You know, we just couldn't really get anything going. We didn't do a good job executing. You know, a lot of that was their defense taking us out of things, and then it's just kind of spiraled down from there.
We know that you're missing a lot of people and stuff, but I mean, how frustrating is it to be down 20 in the first quarter?
Definitely frustrating. I don't know. I said it like 5 times.
At some point, does it like hurt your pride? You know, at the end of games, they're chanting for the last guy on their bench.
I'm not used to this. I'm not used to, you know, I'm not used to it. It didn't happen in Utah, so it's just different. But we're not giving much cheer for us. So we'll cheer for somebody.
Did it feel like a road game? Given the crowd? Did it feel like a road game?
I mean, it was the same last year. We played the Wolves. You know, they're trying to beat people roles. You know, it happened when we played Boston last year. Happens when we play the Knicks. I'm sure it happened when we play LA. If we play LA here. Anybody else I miss?
After a game like this, is this one of those things where you just have to dread the film session because you know Avery's going to go over every play?
Yeah, watching film's good. It's good to see where you're making mistakes and trying to get better.
Especially hard against a defense like theirs. You know, like you said, you know, Brooke is out and some other guys. But you guys are kind of limited to being a jump shooting team.
That's what we are right now. So we've been all year. We don't have a post play except for guards. So it's kind of, you know, we don't get that inside out play that, you know, we normally do. It's not a lot of easy looks out there. You know, just trying to get free to find, you know, some shots to get people involved. It's a lot. It's really hectic. You know, everything's just fast paced. A lot of turnovers. You know, it's just different. It's just a different year for everybody, I think.
How do you keep pushing when you know you're outmanned and outgunned like that? Just, you know, kind of keep going.
It's our job. You know, that's what we're paid to do.
You said
can't control injuries. Can't, you know, stop these things from happening. But we can, you know, play basketball. And that's what we're here to do.
You said over and over your ultimate goal is to win a championship. After a game like this, is it harder to see? You know, with the difference between where this team is and where a team like the Bulls are.
Well, I knew that before the game. It didn't take this game to realize that.
So the way this played out didn't surprise you at all.
Well, I mean, you never want to go into a game thinking you're going to lose by, you know, 20 points. But you know, we knew it was going to be a tough fight. You know, it was going to be for us to win this game against a team like them. You know, we hope that we can hang in there and find a way to win and hopefully put together a great game. But you know, we're really down on bodies. And with the schedule, it's been hard on everybody. You know, Keith Bogans just got here a couple of days ago, and he's already started and playing, you know, 20+ minutes. So there's not much we can do.
Thanks, Deron. Did they look everything like the team with the 20-6 record?
Yeah, they're a very good team. You know, they have very good team chemistry. You can tell they've played together for a long time, and you know, they're a great team.
For you, what was the most challenging thing in this game?
You know, I think that they did a great job at executing their plays. You know, we were always moving, and they kept us on our heels kind of a lot of the game, and rotating and switching and stuff like that. So, you know, they did a good job.
You've been in there, and you've still been able to be pretty active and getting better each game. How do you feel just about your performance tonight?
I'm just trying to do whatever I can to help my team out. You know, and whether that's getting rebounds or, you know, finishing when they give me the ball. Or, you know, getting steals whenever I can. You know, anything I can do to help the team out. You know, I know I'm not going to be the lead scorer or anything. I just want to play my role the best way I can. Yes, thank you.
How about the way the team just still fights to the finish, even though you lose by a hundred against Chicago?
Say it again, sorry.
How about the way the team just still fights to the finish? It seemed like you guys stayed in the fourth quarter, threw the ball.
It definitely shows signs of a good team. You know, I think it's definitely positive to know that even though we're down, whatever it is, whatever we were down tonight, we still fought back. You know, and we gotta find that in the earlier quarters or in the earlier times of the game. Not wait so late to try to, when we're down, all of a sudden try to fight back. You know, we just gotta stay confident and start from the beginning.
Just your thoughts on the game tonight.
Well, no. I mean, they're a good team. They've been together for a long time. I mean, they play well together. I mean, they experienced. They went to the Eastern Conference Finals. And it's just like they took a couple months off, and they still playing the way they played last year.
You know better than anybody. This is a team, like even your coach said, they'd like to deliver that knockout blow in the first. I mean, you've done it before.
That's the thing. A team like Chicago, they want to jump on you, take your confidence away. And I think that's what they did to us early. They jumped on us 20, 25 points, and we never could get back in the game.
Are you just disappointed with the whole scenario? It's the first time you're facing him.
Oh yeah, definitely. Never want to lose, but it's a learning experience. I'm still learning. I just got here, so go watch the film and try to get better tomorrow.
Avery said he expects the film session tomorrow to go over all the mistakes. How long do you expect that film session to be?
We got to be there at 11. We might get out at about 4. Yeah.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Yes, again, this team got a lot of firepower. The Bulls are an outstanding team. And, they just got going on as early. We talked about defending the paint. We didn't defend the paint. We missed a lot of open shots. But they came out and they were really, really focused. They really, teams like that, and I've been on teams and been a part of teams like that, the mindset is come out and try to throw, kind of a knockout punch in the first quarter and set the tone. And that's what they did. We got to give them a lot of credit for that. We ended up getting down by 32, and we battled back and cut them down to 18 points, and then they scored a 3 on us. They really shot the 3 really well tonight. And but this was a team that came out and really was focused on trying to knock us out early, and they built a substantial lead, and it was hard for us to overcome that.
Defensively, how do you, battle that when they're shooting 77% just in that first quarter?
Yeah, and there were times where our defense wasn't very good, but then there are other times when, we were in Ronnie Brewer's face and he still made it 3. We were in Luol Deng's face, 2 of his 3s. He made 3s. So, there were times we were there, but our defense just couldn't provide enough resistance.
You guys did go on that run in the third. How did you guys adjust?
Well, we just tried to, score early or score late. If we got something early, coach to coach drives with our guards. If not, we had to do a better job of finishing our offense. We didn't set great screens in the first half. That was something we talked about at halftime. We started to do it a little bit more, but then, again, they turned up the pressure again and started getting stops and got back in control of the game.
Avery, we all know that you only had 9 guys and you're missing a lot of players and stuff. But if you don't want to make excuses, do you let these guys off the hook, or are you mad at them for that first one?
I don't think let them off the hook. We'll come back and we're banged up, but we'll practice tomorrow. We'll watch video. We'll hold them accountable. We're going to look at pretty much every one of our mistakes on both ends of the floor. We need a really good video session. We had one this morning. Maybe that one wasn't long enough. So we got to watch some film. And, I told them after the game that because we don't have much margin for error, we can't start off games like we did tonight. The first quarter has been a sore thumb for us, and we got to do a better job, especially in the first quarter.
Does a game like this demonstrate to you how far this team needs to go to? I know it's a long process, but to get to that championship contending status that you've been talking about so much.
Yeah, again, like I told you guys, when I first got here, this is a process, and it becomes an even more, difficult process that we're facing because we're so injured. That's just a fact. But again, I like the challenge. We'll get back to work tomorrow. We have a really good assistant coaching staff that we've put together. We feel we have a good roster that we've put together, but unfortunately 4 or 5 of our rotation players are injured. And because of that, the guys that we have in uniform, we got to really play well. We can't turn the ball over. We got to cover for each other on defense. We got to set good screens. We can't give up a lot of offensive rebounds. We got to communicate in transition. We got to know what plays we're running and where to be. So again, that's the real deal. There's really no rocket science to it. So we like our team a lot once we're able to get our whole team together. And the guys that are in uniform right now, we really love them for their effort. Now, tonight we got off to a slow start, but I thought they really showed some pride by trying to cut that lead down when we got it under 20.
What do you think of the uniforms? You like them?
Not when we're down by 32.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thanks.